During not now, but during the presentation, if somebody will speak a little bit longer, it's preferred to be muted. And of course, then whenever somebody wants to tell something, I recommend to mark the raised hand, or you can also write the question into chat. But I think the speaking is a little bit more convenient for all of us. So let me welcome all of you here at our webinar, which is focused on international refereeing. And as you read in your invitation, I'm very happy to welcome two, I can say, prominent speakers, which are Zorica Bjelic and Fabrizio Pasquali. I give the floor now to Igor Šimpl as a president of our association to also welcome you and welcome all of us, and afterwards we will start. So Igor, it's your floor now, please.
Hello, thank you, Juraj. First of all, welcome all of you here on this meeting. It's a big pleasure to organize such meeting. Thank you very much, Zorica, and thank you very much, Fabrizio. Then you found the time for such meeting. Of course, also thank Juraj for organizing this meeting. I hope this meeting will be a bit successful, not only for international referees, but also for the candidates for international referees. And as I wrote in the emails before, we appreciate a lot your participation, and I hope mainly for the young and talented referees, it will be a big income. For this reason, I also push to the young referees, the potential candidates and maybe international referees, don't hesitate to ask anything. Don't be so shy, because on the international level, you will have to prove that you are capable and able to speak in English. Don't be afraid of asking or something like that. For me personally, I'm really unhappy that I have to leave, because actually now I'm in Graz in the qualification tournament of European Championship. And now we have some duties regarding the preliminary inquiry and the inspection of the hall. So I will leave you in maybe in a few minutes, but I look forward to watch the meeting later on, because it will be recorded. So again, thank you, Zorica and Fabrizio. Again, thank you for your time. And Juraj, let you follow the meeting. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Igor. Grazie.
Thank you, Igor. Thank you for nice words. And as we promised, we will focus today on several topics. First speaker, as was announced in the invitation, will be Zorica Bjelic, who is actually the president of European Refereeing Commission. But what is very important, it's not only a president, but it's for me quite important that somebody who is in this kind of function is a former top-level FIVB referee. It means that she's able to share her own experience and provide it for the people around. Of course, her duties now are not only to share her experience, but also to organize and manage all of us in Europe, which is even more difficult. And that's the reason why I'm really happy that she accepted the invitation. I hope we will learn from the presentation she has prepared. I put some things there to maybe some hints what is expected, but whatever will be missing, I'm sure we can ask. After her presentation, there will be, of course, a discussion, and everybody is asked, or everybody whoever wants can ask questions which are there. Then we prepared with Fabrizio a short interview. It means there will be more questions and answers, and we'll see if there will be something interesting as well. Something happening with my computer. I hope you can see now the presentation. Unfortunately, it's still opening the Zorica's presentation, so I will just, I cannot move it, so I'm waiting for a while. And I prepared also the pictures of the two speakers, but if you want too much, then it's not working, so that's sometimes the problem. So in the meantime, I give the floor already to Zorica, and please, I will try to open your presentation as soon as possible. So I give the floor to you now, please.
Thank you, Jura. First of all, I would like to thank to Slovakian Referee Commission to invited me for this meeting. Also, thanks to Jura to organize this meeting. This is very important for European Referee Commission because this is one of the tasks in our work to make communication with all national federations and also with referee commissions, especially with the president of referee commissions and some members. And on the beginning of my presentation, I have to tell you that European referees are considered to belong to the best worldwide, also by the FIVB. And if we looking many years ago, but especially last 10 years, in all FIVB competitions, include the Olympic Games, the European referees are always in the finals of top level, top events of FIVB. It means that European referees are very well prepared for all events, and we try to support all European referees. And if we are looking at the numbers of European referees on the top level competitions which organized by FIVB, we have always in the men and the female competitions around between 6 and 8 referees, top level referees. Also now in VNL, if I know well, we have 6 international referees and 2 challenge referees. Jura, it is okay?
Yeah, I think something like this, yes.
Something like this. For Olympic Games, we don't know yet exactly how many referees are there from Europe, because some referees got a cancellation of nominations, but we will see on the end how many European referees will be on Olympic Games. CV and the special European Referee Commission are willing not only to keep, but also to further develop to high standard of European referees. And we start since 2017 to organize the referee seminars for young talented referees which they are can listen the best referees in Europe, and they can hear and they can learn from the best referees who were lecturers. And also this year we have a plan to organize during European Championship women to organize the referee seminar for young talented referees, for experienced referees, and we hope that we can invite some coaches from best teams to be lecturers on this seminar. And I hope that this year I can I can wait from your side, Jura, to be lecturer on our seminar, because we try 2 or 3 years to make invitation for you, but you were busy with FIVB competitions. And this year, I'm sure that you will be one of the lecturers in our seminars.
He told me that he don't want to come. This is the truth.
No. Okay. Good friend, yeah.
Yeah, and also we try to use the modern tools for the referees to make some promotions, educations, and we use not only teaching materials, and we used also experience from the top level referees, from ex international referees, from some ref delegates who were top international referees, and each year we try to keep the high standard of European referees. Also during the season, we make some tests, and also this year will be our commission will prepare the video questions and some interviews with the international referees and also with the candidates, to try to push the referees in this situation with the COVID, when we don't have enough competitions, and also with the new formula of competitions, we try to push international referees and the candidates to stay in the good and high level of refereeing. Basis for our sustained success is the close collaborations of European referee commissions with all civil national federations, as I told you, and also with FIVB and also with the referee delegates. This year we have in Europe 423 referees, international referees in total, include the beach volley referees, and the indoor referees we have 325, 63 women and 262 men, 98 beach volleyball referees, 22 women and 76 men. And we have 32 candidates for women and 28 men. They pass international course 2019 in December in Ankara, and I hope that we will have this year new candidate course. I hope that Italian Federation start to prepare something to organize to help CIVI to organize European International Referee Candidate course. Fabrizio?
Of course. We will this for sure in this year, this course, because as you know, due to the COVID problems, we need to postpone in this year the course. Should be, it's not sure because we are now talking about this. Should be at the end of October, between October and November. Should be this the idea, but is not fixed. But for sure after the European Championship, the senior.
Yeah, it was planned that the course would be organized last year, but because of Corona, we postponed. And I hope that we will organize together with Italian National Federation and the Referee Commission successful European international course. I will speak a little bit about organizations of referees in Europe, and European referee categorization of international referees and candidates is going like you can see on the presentations. And I can tell you that each year, that on the beginning of year, the Commission has a meeting, and during the meeting, all members are active, and we spoke about all international referees, name by name, and we analyzing the level of each referee. Maybe you think that we don't have a time for this, but it's true that every year we spoke about names, and we propose each year who can stay in the group A. You can see on the presentation we have categorization of European referees in group A, group 2, group 3, and group 4. Group A are referees who are really top level referees, and we have 73 referees, and in this group we have 13 referees who are in group A in FIVB, 9 in group B1, 12 in group B2, and 13 in group C. It was until last year that we proposed to FIVB each year the referees for the groups. But since last year, FIVB asked us to propose names of very talented referees from Europe, and they asked us to propose 5 referees who will be candidates for Group C. It means that they will go to Mexico in September for World Championship under 18, and together with the presidents of referee commission in Europe from national federations, we proposed 7 names, not 5. In the communications with Willy Paredes, president of FIVB, I asked him that we have more than 5, and he told me, okay, you can propose and we will choose 5 or maybe more. Finally, they chose 6 referees from Europe who will be on World Championship, and they organized some interviews with the candidates, and they spoke with them. First about the work, about the life, refereeing, and after that they had questions, rule questions, and also video questions. And on the end, the FIVB commissions chose from 6 European referees to be candidates for Group C. It means that they will have new tests during the World Championship. They have to pass medical test, and also they have to pass practical work during the World Championship. And I hope that all of them, they will pass also practical part of this course. In Group 2, we have 81 international referees. 2 of them are in Group B2 in FIVB, and 13 in Group C, also in FIVB. I can tell you that a lot of referees who are in Group C in FIVB, they don't receive any nominations in FIVB competitions in the last 3 years. It is not good, but some of them, they got a chance to be on some FIVB competitions under ages, and who catch the chance, he or she, they have a chance to be in highest level than Group C. In Group 3, we have 166 international referees, also include the candidates. All candidates are in this Group 3. And in this Group 3 also we have one part that we call 3+ group. It means that some of referees are candidates for Group 2. And from this group, we nominate the referees for some finals of European Championship under ages or in civic cups. And I can tell you that the Group A in this in Europe, they whistled Champions League matches and top level competitions. It means European Championship for seniors and also Golden League. And the Group 2, some of them they will be nominated for European Championship men and women, and also they whistled Civic Cup and some finals of Golden or Silver European League. The referees from Group 3, they are whistling Challenge Cup, European Championship under ages, and also some of them they can whistle Civic Cups matches. This year and last year we have terrible situations that we cannot nominate all referees because of COVID situations, not only for positive results, but for restrictions in the countries. Many referees, they cannot travel, and they can travel, but when they come back to country, they should be in quarantine, and they decide to not go to the matches. Group 4 is the group for the referees who are in some healthy problems, and also some of them, they have problems with the language, but most of them, they have a healthy problem, and we don't want to cancel them. They are more than 2 years out of refereeing because of strong healthy problem, and we wait their recovery. And last year it was election, and we have new members in our commissions, and from this year we organized our commissions that all members have some tasks, and I can tell you that since 2018 we follow international referees, especially from the Group A, referees in Champions League. We can follow them by Eurovolley TV, and we made observations of referees in season 2018-2019. We observed 250 matches, 2019 and 20, we observed 350 matches, and the last season we observed on this season we observed 244 matches, and we continue with this work to follow all referees who are on the Champions League, CV Cups, now in the qualification tournaments for Eurovolley, and also in the next competitions will be Golden and the Silver European League, and also we will follow referees, and we send them observations or for forms with the comments. And also now we will have a new program for data of each referees, and we can compare what we send to referees and how the referees follow our comments, our proposals to improve their work, and we can see if some referees follow or not follow our comments, our proposals. That's all from my side. I don't want to make more information, but if you have some questions, you can ask me. Thank you.
Yeah, if I can, I would immediately ask one question.
Yeah.
Of course, it's interesting to see how many referees we have in Europe, and it seems to be quite many. The problem probably is sometimes that at one weekend, let's say, or one Wednesday, there are too many matches, and suddenly there are not so many referees as we think we have, and especially with these times when not everybody can travel. So what I think it's quite important to have this base of referees quite broad, and then to try to check them as often as possible, which is not very often, because at a European level, if the referee is in group C, probably has 3 nominations per year in the regular season. I mean, not with COVID time. So the question is, how much do you consider the local evaluations, or let's say local ranking in federation, which is submitted every year to you, or you rely only on your experience by your referee delegates? I know it's a tricky question, but it's probably interesting information if you take it into consideration, or you just, okay, maybe in case of DAPT, you look at this and you rely on the experience and evaluations of referee delegate of ERC.
I can tell you our experience in the previous commissions, that we compare our categorizations with the national federations categorization of the international referees, and in around 30% we saw that some top level referees or the referees who are in our second group, they are not in good ranking in the national federations. Mm-hmm. And because of that, we respect this information from national federations, but we if we are in doubt for some referees for some competitions, we are looking the level in the national federations, but this is not the
reference.
Not reference for our categorizations. For our categorizations is the most important are comments that we received from our colleagues, from referee delegates, and also if we received from some supervisors or from some people from the jury members or from national federations, the comments for some referees that they are very, very good officiated during some competitions. We use this information for total categorizations. And also, I remember that you asked me in the questions what we are looking for the referees. We are not looking only the working and how the referee is officiating the match. We are also looking the social moment, social communications of referees during the tournaments. It is very important for us that we can see that the referees are communicate each other, that they are active in some meetings, referee meetings, and if they are interesting for news from FIVB, from CV, all those things we use for evaluations of referees.
Mm-hmm. I think this is a crucial point to know that it's not only about refereeing, that this creates just a part of the whole picture you are creating about each referee. And I think the same should be also when we try to choose a new candidate, that this should be taken into consideration, because, as you said, it's one of the criteria you afterwards use for, let's say, selection or promotion. The question is, to choose 7 referees to be promoted to FIVB refereeing course, it must be extremely difficult with so many federations. What was the basic criteria?
I can tell you that not was too much difficult, because we proposed I think 6 or 7 referees for Group C. Mm-hmm. And the FIVB approved all our proposals for the referees in Group C. And we had from 2019, the end of 2019 and 2020, proposals from national federations. The names of most talented referees, of young referees who are very good in English, in the refereeing of the matches, how they are managed the matches, and it was for us most using informations from the national federations and to us.
Mm-hmm. Perfect. I have one more question. I cannot see any hands, so I will ask another one, because this is also important for us. We tried this year to start with this on-screen evaluation. So it means using video from the matches. We did it mostly live. What's the experience? Because for me personally, I can tell you it's a huge difference to observe the match live when I am in the sport hall, compared to observing the match from the screen, when I can see only what the camera is showing to me. Is there any something you can recommend, or to tell what are the limitations of this kind of observations? Because you have huge experience already, several years with this.
Yeah, it's completely different, the observation in the live, in the court, than in front of TV, in the screen. And I can tell you for my experience from the court, I could see both referees, the communication between both referees face to face, and also how they react on some comments of the coaches, of the players, and I couldn't see if I watching the match on the TV, I couldn't see this important moment how the referees communicate between each other. We could see the body language by TV, and also I can what is good when I'm looking on TV, I can repeat many times some situations if I'm not sure what the referee is whistling, but it's completely different. And my experience, I can tell you only my experience, that when I'm looking on the TV, I'm not looking, this is not important how many times the referees are not whistling net touch or some situations, because this is not 100% visible by TV camera without challenge. And also when we are using challenge, when we are so on the TV, this is not same like we are looking live during the match. Mm-hmm. You know, the human eye is cannot see everything that TV camera and challenge camera could see.
Okay, so thank you. I'm sure you will stay with us until Fabrizio finish, and then we will have maybe some more questions afterwards. I think thank you very much for this information. I think we should move forward to next one, who is, as you can see, hopefully now on the screen, even it's not completely as a presentation, so I try to do it this way, is Fabrizio Pasquali. I put one picture and covered with the another one. It was actually on the Rio picture we were together, if I remember well. And he is... yeah.
Brother Juraj.
He is currently now the boss of referees in Italy. I make a shortcut from the many words which are there. And again, the same like with Zorica, I intentionally used the pictures in uniform. This is really very important that he is a former top-level referee. Both of them have participated in Olympic Games, in several World Championships, with European Championship, World Cups, whistled finals of Grand Prix or World League, etc., etc. So this is important to have this kind of experienced people in these positions. And what I can say that they could whistle this despite their teams were playing in many of these events. So whenever there was a chance for them to be nominated, they were nominated, and that's really great, because many times it was simply not possible because their teams were in the finals. So I think this is even more important. They could participate in this kind of events. But Fabrizio, grilling. Why? The first question will be very light. Why? Maybe for the question is easy. Maybe the answer is not so easy. Why you decided to be referee?
But it's an easy answer, because I became referee on 1984. Imagine how long time ago, and I became referee for pure chance and curiosity, because I was injured. And a friend of mine asked me if I was available to start a course. And in those times, it was also a reason to earn some money, some extra money, when we were young. And also to travel around my region. So I began my refereeing journey. And believe me, to be honest, I never entered in my mind that I'd reach the top. Never. Absolutely never.
But you did, and you spent a lot of time with volleyball as a referee. What about your family? What about your work? And the other question will be immediately, with your new position, is it better?
This is a really difficult answer now, because without the support of your family, it's impossible to think of undertaking high-level refereeing. It's not possible. I was lucky enough to be an entrepreneur. and I'm be able to organize my work by myself. That it's really good for me. But I remember, for example, in Japan, during the day spent refereeing and the night spent working, So was and in that time we haven't these new technologies, this possibility to have a Skype conversation with the family, and I remember also the cost of the phone call that was unbelievable, no? For example. But now the situation is worse. It's worse because I thought at the beginning when I received this proposal that I could manage in a different way, but you know me, and I put energy, and I want to be precise, and I want to reach the top level also in this other role. So it's not easy. For sure, it's not easy, and also Zorica knows what does it mean. Work with a lot of referee, with a lot of problems, especially in this season. That I'm really surprised that we arrived till the end. As I told you this morning, I'm watching some monitor that are behind my computer because we are playing in this moment two really important final in second division, and we closed the Superliga. And imagine what is the difficult for us to organize not only the technical aspect, but also the logistic aspect, the sanitary aspect, and you talk about COVID problems. We count 25 referees on 97 that had COVID in this season, and many of them on the court. This was a big problem for us because at the beginning, all the teams, and there was a special meeting in Lega. They asked us to be really strict and to prevent problem as, for example, the droplet when you're using a whistle. Probably you know that we are using a special covering of our whistle in Superliga because of this. But we become not more the guilty of the situation, but unfortunately we had a lot of problem under this point of view.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so as I said, you whistled everything, but you still continued certain time. What was your internal motivator to do it? Why you did it? Why it makes you happy? I think it makes you happy because otherwise you would not do that. So what was making you happy in refereeing?
But I can tell you that okay. My philosophy is simple. You know very well, no? When I was a referee, I always enjoyed my role, not only on the court, but above all also outside. And we had many times, and we spent many times together with you and Zorica, especially with you and Zorica. Being part of a group give the team a sense of belonging, no? And I think that modern refereeing in volleyball is no longer only technique and personality. Imagine that more than 50% of our ability is to read the event, to reach the target. We must study and learn many new things, such as the psychology of athletes and coaches. This also always been my, how can I say, nourishment. I like doing things well. So this is my criteria, my motivation, no?
Have you afraid of some matches? Did you have some concerns that you will not be perfect before the match or maybe after the match?
But I can tell you that this is a really good question, no? Because I think that okay, knowing that I was fallible, no, as a human being, and my goal was always in that moment to do the best of what was possible in the court. The advent of technology then completely changed our psychological approach, no, to the match, and we must take full advantage, for example, of new technology, because few people remember that video check, for example, OK system, come to help not the referees but to help the teams, because at the beginning they start to complain about refereeing the season, and they start to don't take into consideration that we are human beings. So they refuse to accept only a single mistakes in a match. That's why, for example, I try to push the advantage of, for example, using the Vocero system and also the video check, because it's the only technology that can help us in some moment of the matches. And for example, especially the new generation, they don't use Vocero in a proper way during the match. Doesn't matter if you are using for distress yourself in a decisive moment of the match, as you know, singing something or say something stupid in a critical moment. But this is the way to use in a good advantage this kind of technology. I like to talk, for example, concerning the reading of the match, some specific situation. No? If you remember, during the final in the last World Championship, there was a decisive moment of the match. No, always there is a decisive moment in the match. It's important that the referee are able to understand which is this moment. No, and Poland was leading 2-0. Brazil was really close to the end of this final, and the level of stress and adrenaline was really high. And during the third set, was trying to get into the score when there was an attack that I had clearly seen that the ball was out. It was clear for me. But I could have made my ego prevail. No, this is another big problem for many of us. No, our ego. And I decided the best solution was to ask for a challenge, because Brazil had no more. And in that moment, everyone in the court, players, coaches, extolled my choice by appreciating that I had understood the importance of the moment. No? And refereeing must be the best supporting actors, as we always say, and never the protagonist. And I think that this should be our line also for the future.
This is a very important point, and it's good that you have your own experience with these technologies, because you lived them, let's say, several years still as a referee, and now you can use your experience. In Italy, what about these challenges? Is it well accepted? Is it well used by referees, or what is their success rate? Are they fine with this?
But
compared to FIVB,
because you know that we change completely our technique, no? Because probably we can talk after, and we can show some slide that can give you a correct idea of what I mean. The advent of the technology, as I told before, changed completely everything, no? Because before we use our personality to give the chance to the players, to the coaches, that we were right when we keep a decision, and we take some strange decisions sometimes. I remember in 2014, that was the decisive moment why in Italy we decided to don't use anymore the line judges and use the video check system. We decided one final match with very big mistakes of the referees, because they give the ball clearly in, out, and then Lube won against Trento his first title. No, hey, if you can showing this, I think, and I thought that I like to make you curious with some official data. No, I often wonder in which direction referee is going, and I cannot fail to grasp the important signs that are determining the change. One of these concerns to the referee technique, which, as you know, provide for the use of the line judge for the high-level competition. As I told you before, in 2015 season, line judges are no longer used in Italy. So since this season, at first I remember that many people were disappointed about this decision, especially from the referee side. After 6 years, something is also changing in FIVB. I think that Zorica can confirm that we don't use anymore in VNL in this season line judges. Also in CAV, we start to use only 2 line judges instead of 4. If you can compare, for example, our statistics without line judges, we have a percentage of close to 70% of right call from the referee side. Imagine that with line judges, also in CAV, I remember statistics in 2010, Zorica, so you can correct me if I've made some mistakes, but the percentage was 54% of success in CAV. In FIVB, I had is 49. What does it mean? How is possible that in Italy, without line judges, we are so good and we have so right decision, and with line judges, we made so many mistakes? This is the big question, no?
Zorica, please.
I would like to tell you something that we saw the lot of referees, international referees, they follow the decisions of line judges. Nevertheless, if they are sure that the ball in or out, they want to support line judges. But this is wrong way, and we spoke too many times with the referees that they have to believe in their eyes, not to follow in each case to line judges. And as Fabrizio told, statistics show that if we don't have line judges, the referees made less mistakes than with the line judges. If you agree with me, especially you are.
Yeah. Yes, we know some coaches who say that more referees, more mistakes. Yeah, so this is sometimes like this. It is about correct use of this referees, about the teamwork. And as Fabrizio said, if we simply want, or maybe you said, if we simply want to confirm or to help the line judge, we in the end we don't help to the match. We make the match much worse as expected. Let's say last week in Budapest, we had 4 line judges, not 2. They decided to have 4. And okay, the line judge showed me something. First time, I didn't say that I will accept her decision and let's see what the challenge will show. But I was not 100% sure, so immediately I asked a challenge for myself. What was the consequence? The result was that also the line judge could see how big mistake she made. And immediately she was focused much more. And I showed that I don't fully support bad decisions which were made by line judges. So sometimes the psychology, and I think this is the advantage of Italian referees currently now, that you use these benefits of challenge and also the psychology of players. If you can read the players' reactions, this can help a lot. That's my impression, because I remember Italian referees before showing the decisions immediately. Very often it happened. Now, when I was watching your Lega Volley, or what is the professional league, I was really surprised, and positively, let's say, that without line judges, there was 1.5 second time to collect the information, but not from the second referee, to collect the information what's happening on the court. And this can help a lot to take correct decision. I think this is something we should take away also from this discussion, that okay, correct use of line judges can help the match, but if you don't have them, then collect other information. We have time for that. Yeah? So this can be the reason why without line judges, the decisions are better. Yeah, that's just my impression about this. Yeah,
I fully agree. Sorry, Jure, because I want only to close these thoughts, because I fully agree with your explanation, and I think that we have two different kind of problem. One is especially for the young referee that they have no enough self-confidence to manage a match, overruling sometimes the line judges even when they realize that there was a big mistakes in the court. No, they strictly following the information that the line judges give them, and sometimes you need personality. Sometimes you need also to know your own limits, no? Because before you ask me, which is the concerns, uncertainty that I can have in my matches, but I think that is a general problem, because everybody must know one's fears, one's limits, one's demons is the basis for being ready to face any experience in life, including refereeing. And I always been wary of colleagues that who say that they are not afraid before an important match or uncertain, especially those who claim to let fear sleep on them. No, many of us say, "Ah, no, I don't feel nothing." Fear is to be felt, in my opinion, perceived, and then immediately expelled. When you know fear, you are able to referee in every competition without problem. On the second hand, I think that the difference in the performance, for example, when you referee without line judges, is because you are forced to strengthen and advanced technique, no? And you need to change something, and you need to increase your level of focus in the match. And you are right. Now we are changing in Italy, because it's also one of my suggestions, because I think that collect information in the court sometimes help the referees to make the right decision. For example, looking the reaction of the player, looking the reaction of the coaches, and also with the right confidence with the player in the court. No, when there is this right approach, I think that many things are going well.
Just here I must mention immediately that this is only possible to use this when we have challenge which will confirm the final decision. If you don't have challenge, the reactions of the players can be covering their own decisions much more often, because they know there will be nothing to confirm they made a mistake. So it's a little bit different psychology and way of refereeing if you have challenge and if you don't have challenge. In Slovakia, we don't use challenge so often. I used very nice words now, not used so often. So we very rarely use challenge. Yeah, it would be maybe better. And that's why the way of, or let's say, relying on the psychological reaction of the player can be a little bit tricky in that situation. I think you agree with this.
In the slide that you've shown, there is one slide that I think is really interesting about the challenge called from the referee, no? And at the beginning, in the first season, I remember that totally in one season we call only seven time a challenge. Now is the habit of the referee to understand exactly which is the moment of the match that it's important. Doesn't matter if the teams has or non has the possibility to call the challenge. Look, this is for this season. In different color, I can see exactly, because let me check. Okay, this is the totally call. A1, A2, A3 doesn't mean that all our Liga. And can you imagine that only for bowling out we call 271 challenge? in a totally of 336. Doesn't mean that we have 2 challenge for match, because at the beginning we give the chance to the referee to ask only 1 challenge for match. After that, I decide when I arrived in the commission to delay the limit. You ask the challenge when you need. Of course, you must manage in the proper way these possibilities, because it's not good to ask for a challenge at the beginning of the match or at the beginning of the set. But sometimes can happen that you can see one ball. So we go 50-50 and we decide, okay, so if we are lucky, we had the right call, otherwise it's a problem. Because if the teams ask for a challenge and you made mistakes of 1 meter, they start to look at you and say, oh, you are stupid, crazy, what's happened? Why you don't ask for yourself this challenge if you didn't see the ball? So this should be the criteria. And
yeah, yes, you wanted to
no,
say
only to close the slide, because I think that there is some other interesting things that I put in this slide, and concerning also the where is going the refereeing. No, sometimes we don't understand exactly which is the criteria why we should change our technique. Imagine our position, for example, on the chair. No, we start in 1990. The average height of the block was 3 meters and 30, more or less. I had a study about this, checking all the statistics in that time, and the attack was 3 meters 32, 35. Can you imagine that today in top volleyball, the players hit the ball well over 3 meters and 50 centimeters? So we referee and have to adapt our technique too, no? And for example, with some minimal movement on the attacker side, or by understanding the game, anticipating the choice of the setter, that are often taken for granted. Yesterday, I was watching one match of Olympic qualification tournament, and I was really surprised, no? Because the referee don't act, always react. There was one situation was really clear, no? The ball was on the 4 meters in P6, and we are with the setter in front line, and it's clear that the ball is going to the opposite, no? So the second referee waited the setting of the ball, the tipping of the ball, and after that he moved. In the same moment, the opposite start to attack the ball. The block start to move the transition at the net. And the second referee in this situation, we're still moving back to take the position. And in my idea, it's really crazy, no? Why we are not able to understand this clear situation? And this is also the key. For example, I show something especially concerning the paper. Oh, okay, this is stupid things, no, for many people, but is the exactly rotation and the attack trajectory of the Lube. But in the same time, if you go down, okay, there is also Trento, but the last one is really curious, because this is a paper that the coach in the 3rd division, we are not talking about Superliga, in the 3rd division, give to the players. And my question is, how is possible that everybody in the court knows exactly what could happen? I mean, about players, about coaches, and many times the referee don't know nothing. They don't know absolutely know who is the setter, which is the system of play of the team, which is the service trajectory, for example. These are so important information for the referees, because we could take a big advantage when you know before what could happen in a court. For a referee, especially now with the speed of the ball, The speed now is close to 120, 130 when we talk about the service. We have player, Leon, Simon, Juan Torena. I can show you a list that are always over 130 kilometers. So this is my question, no? That sometimes in this side we have a lot of things and a lot of work to do from the referee side. Is my point of view, Juraj.
Yeah, Zorica, you had your hand raised, please.
Yes. When Fabrizio spoke about the challenge and about request by referees, I agree with him, and I'm happy that he pushed, I think, Italian Federation or I don't know to whom, that referees have possibilities to ask not only one-time challenge, but not on the moment with the result 0-0 or 5-0 on the beginning of the set. I not agree with this. And also in FIVB 2 years ago, not was a regulation when the referees can ask the challenge, but during the World Cup, if I remember well, it were some cases that the referees asked challenge on the beginning of the set, and after the match Willy called us and he told, stop with this, you can ask the challenge after 20, after points of 20. And it is good because of if the referees ask the challenge on 2-0 or 3-0, it means that they are not in good concentrations, they are not in the focus for the match. And also, as you told, you can look the teams. You can look the reaction of the players, how the faces of them, how the body language of them, if they are made the mistakes. It's very important for the referees that they are looked everything and that they are not whistling, they are not show immediately when they are use the whistle.
Yeah.
And yeah, this is the one. And the second one, the question of Fabrizio, that he told that some referees didn't know when the ball will come. This is a big problem that some young referees, but also not only young referees that experience, some of experienced referees cannot anticipate some situations where the setter will pass the ball and they are watching the match. They are not thinking about their work, and also many referees thought about the walking, and they are thought about the left and right side or backward and step forward, but they are not thinking about the flying of ball. They are not took a good position.
Yeah, Fabrizio, yes.
May I tell you two things, Zorica. I agree now with what you said about the challenge requested by the referees, but often happens, especially in the last 2-3 seasons, that the teams ask for the challenge immediately, no? So they arrived at 10-12, the scorer, and they just finished the challenge. This is not a problem from our side, of course, but maybe can happen that the decisive moment of one match is not only the set point or the match point, could be also 18-18, could be one ball after some critical moment of. So I think that it's important that we should give the possibility to the referee to manage in their hand this possibility in the right way, with maturity, with experience, with competence. So I think that giving also the suggestion or the possibility to ask after 20 is not so good, but it's my personal opinion. And I'm also curious because you said before about the position. I want to be more unpolite, okay? In my opinion, many referees don't know the play. They don't know the volleyball play. This is the problem. And this is a problem for the young referee, but also for some old referee. And these two things could be in a parallel line, no? Because it's sometimes some people can say, okay, why I should know play? I only need to give the ball in, out, and blah blah. I think that is a good help for the referee knowing also the play. This is my idea.
I agree with you. And when we saw some referees, like you told, that they are not understand the volleyball play, we cannot push them to be on the top level.
Absolutely.
I will just be
from my side. It's clear.
Yeah. Before moving to the next question, I will just comment. Okay, this is one of the takeaway matches. Use any opportunity to study the teams and the game you have. So, for example, if I go for let's say a game with two teams, what I usually do is that I try to watch the game of these two teams they played before. Yeah, so this is a simple thing which may help a lot. Yeah, and this is the same for national competitions. If there is a highest division, we have these matches available. So let's check the team just to know if what the setter is doing. Yeah, that is one thing. And the other point is regarding these technologies, and that's a proposal maybe for also for CV and later on FIVB. We really need some webinar about challenge system. Because there are countries where the experience is excellent because they use it on a daily basis, but then there are countries where the referees are meeting challenge only when they travel abroad, and this is a big difference. And to somehow make it a little bit more balanced, we can benefit from experience of those federations where they use challenge, because this is something we lack. I can share my knowledge with our referees, but it's not something we can see on the video. We can see this is the reaction from Poland, from Italy, from even Russia, maybe Brazil, I don't know. But so countries where on daily basis challenge system is used. I'm sure you are already thinking about this. Zorica, please, you probably want to comment.
As you told that you watch the games of the teams which you appointed for these matches. This is one of the part of preparations of the referees, and it will be good that young referees also follow your proposals, that all of them they watch the game on TV or in the live. Now is not possible, but in the future they can go on the some matches of the teams who could be opponents on the matches when they are appointed.
Okay, thank you, Fabrizio. One more, another question. You are now the leader of referees in Italy, also responsible for international event. I know the concurrence of referees in Italy is much higher than we have now. We have now in Slovakia. And the question is, what are the major criteria based on you to be used to choose the best referees? Are there some criteria for that, or how you have chosen your candidates for international referees?
First of all, we changed completely the approach. Now, in the past, it was customary to send only Superliga referees. This was the criteria with the sufficient experience in the best match, and so they thought that was enough to go to the international courts. But this has led to a number of problems. First of all, that we have a lack of the generational change, no? And above all, referee too old for CAV and FIVB, for example. So I changed something, and this is why we have started with trials, and you know exactly because you were there in Rome. And will bring young and already prepared referee to start the international journey, because you know that I would like to be like a referee coach, no more as a referee delegate or the chief of the Italian referee and blah blah blah. Because I think that they need our support. I feel like the coach because it's better to explain a concept from before. I believe that it's essential to be able to dialogue with each of your referee. You know that I like to speak with some aphorism, no? One of mine is calm sea don't make a good sailor, no? As we always say. But there is also another one that for me it's important, that every lock has his own key. Doesn't mean that we cannot think that something is suitable for everyone, especially in refereeing, because every person has his own necessity. And my idea is that we should have some special characteristics, no, for the top level referees. Doesn't mean that the referee must be balanced, well prepared, and serving volleyball person, because this is another important situation. Many of us think that people pay the tickets to see the referees. No, people pay tickets to see the players, not us. No, so I think that it's really important that we should change this old mentality that the referee is alone on the court, for example, no, and above all that he works only, as I told before, for his ambition, for his ego. I think that when you arrive to this level, candidate course, and after that the top level, I think that you should arrive well prepared. Well prepared, in my opinion, is under the physical aspect, technical aspect, psychological profiles. And this is a good combination to be a potential top level referee. It means that you are ready to do your best in every situation, no? And this doesn't mean that you will officiate the match without making any mistakes. This it's clear, because it means that all participants understand that you are fit for this kind of match. So your credibility, your consistency is enough for this kind of match. So, for example, I can talk also about another situation concerning the refereeing, is the role of the second referee, you know, because many times we have this general attitude that only the first referee is important during the match. Absolutely wrong. You know what I think about this? That for my personal opinion, the role of the second referee in modern volleyball is even more important, providing it's well interpreted, for sure. But it's really, really important, especially when we are going without line judges.
Yeah, you already answered also my question about the characteristics of the top level referees, and that's good that you did it. So if we are talking about, because we have here several candidates, potential candidates for international course, what would be your recommendation for them? For them, how to continue? What to focus on?
There are two general aspects. One is emotional, because I remember exactly when I received the call from my federation, to participate to the international course, and I think that first of all, candidate must be proud to be able to represent colleagues from their own country in such a prestigious commitment. And other things, absolutely, we should focus that we need to have how can I say, we should have enthusiastic, no? Because I think that enthusiasm is the passport for the future, no? Is my personal idea, because many times I saw many referees that they are going to the chair like in the patty ball, like that somebody they are killing them, or they referee and they don't see the times. Oh, I hope that we finish 3-0, so I go back in the dressing room. And I think that also we need to change this approach, no, this attitude. And after that, they need to have open mind to everything. Open mind doesn't mean that you need to change also your sensitive. You need to accept the different approach, for example, to the matches from people that come from Islamic country or South American or a different culture. And this is, I think, one of the nicest thing that I really appreciated in my refereeing career.
I think the passion which you mentioned is behind this all, because if we don't enjoy, we should stop. We must enjoy refereeing, and we must enjoy staying with those who are with us such a long time outside of our families. Yeah, so that's why it's quite important. Before I will open the floor for the others, I have the very last question regarding the support of potential candidates. If somebody is not yet selected, but maybe among the candidates to be selected for international course, or maybe for just moving upwards in your leagues, what kind of support you offer them? What do you provide them with? Some mentoring, some extra classes of theoretical theory, or some one-by-one, or some buddy system, or what is in Italy working?
But you know that we changed completely now our approach to the refereeing work, because basically we had our seminar, test, rule of the games, and nothing else. No, we talk about some special situation, and we are working in a different way. Among the other, for example, we have a special platform with video with the technical comments in national situation, international situation. This is an important possibility for the young referee also to understand how the colleagues manage some situation, and they had the chance also to learn from them some important behavior. For example, not only in a technical situation can happen. For example, we were talking this morning that we have an exceptional substitution that was not well managed from the second referee. Okay, happens on the last Sunday, and this morning was in the platform. So in the real time, you have the possibility to. We are working only also under the psychological aspect. We have a psychologist that is supporting the young referee, because you know that we need to improve the qualities of a good referee. No, we are talking about consistency, decisiveness, or poise, integrity, judgment, communication. That it's really important, and also confidence and self-confidence. We talked before about fear, and many referees don't want to understand that they need to improve themselves as person before as referee. And this is another important key, especially for the young referee, because we know exactly that they could have some critical moment, some problems. They could make mistakes during the match and during also their behavior outside the court, for example. This is another important thing, because if you remember well, when we received some remarks from some referee delegate, at the beginning it was really hard to swallow some stupid remarks. If you remember well, the color of the strip of the team captain, and we lose 2 points for this. You remember? No, I lose, not you. But
Yeah, I know. So this is the acceptance of some comments which must be on the high level, because if you cannot accept, then you cannot survive here.
Absolutely. And for example, is one big possibilities for me to have a sort of coming out. I can tell you that for me was essential the possibility with Zorica and with Juraj, because I learned so many things from them. You can imagine, but not only in the court. I remember our cup of tea with Zorica in Poland during our European Championship. I remember our walking outside in Tokyo with Juraj, and I have so many things that I can do, and I can tell you about this situation that we share in this kind of competition. That generally I learn a lot more from my colleagues with. I share at the competition that, for example, from some referee delegate, because they always said some stupid things that at the beginning, okay, I began to understand that many remarks were general for all the referees, but few delegates was send me personalized suggestion or something that was really fit for me.
Yeah. Okay, so now it's open for others. I saw in chat that Fedor Tirshel wants to ask a question, if I understood well. So you can take your time now to open your microphone and you can ask, please.
Okay, thank you very much, Juraj. Actually, I've got two questions. One is probably rather for Zorica, and one is for Mr. Pasquali Fabrizio. Firstly, Zorica, I would like to ask, there are some specific, for example, the signatures or the signs during the matches and also in some countries. Did you consider these small differences in your notes for the referees?
You mean some hidden signals, some special signals?
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, for look,
you are pushed to use the thumb.
You cannot use during international matches, because you have rules, volleyball rules, and in this book you have hand signals, and you must follow these signals. The internal hand signals you cannot use during the matches, international matches.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Because of that, you have vocero on the most of international matches, and you could speak with your colleague, and you can prevent before he or she showed something. You can tell, or I don't know, touch ball or something like that.
Yeah, that's clear. My question was rather focused on the specific style of signalization. For example, we are pushed, especially by our international colleagues in our federation, to get a thumb really close to the palm, like this, not like this. Yeah.
You mean like this or like this?
Yeah, and many times I observed that.
Pay attention. If you are a candidate for international course, if you show like this is a minus point.
I know it.
This is not exist. Just you have to move on the other side to show your colleague that you saw where is the ball, and this is a body language signal and help for your colleague.
All right. Thank you very much. And the second question is for Fabrizio. Can you tell us how you used to recover from your mistake? What was your habit? Because we are doing mistakes from time to time, and everybody's got some kind of habit, because I'm singing my popular song in my head to recover from the mistake and be once again 100% focus on the match. What is your habits?
Okay, Tinsel, -1 because of this is clear. Eh? I think that I just told before. No, the most important thing is, in my opinion, is realize that we are fallible. This is a crucial point, because you go on the chair and you go in the court with a different serenity, with a different approach, and everybody can understand that you are serene when you are on the chair. And the question sometimes is, how is possible that if I made mistakes, nobody says something, and if I made a mistake, the same mistakes, all the people want to kill me, and they start to push me, and they start to say something? The answer is easy. It's the different approach, the different level of credibility that you have when you stay on the chair, or when you have a relationship with the players, when you have good communication with the coaches. And I think that generally we must accept our mistakes, and we should work how to do our best to prevent this kind of mistakes, of course. But if you are well prepared under this point of view, in my opinion, you have 70% in your pocket of success to have a good acceptance from the teams. I always say, what do you prefer? That you referee a fantastic match without mistakes, but at the end of this match, some people come to you and say, oh, dear sir, today I didn't appreciate your refereeing. And you were curious and say, why? I didn't make any mistakes. Or, on the other hand, you were certain to make 5 mistakes, for example, but at the end of the match, the same people came to you, Tirsel, today, even if you made mistakes, was a very, very, very good referee. This is the key. I have my chief that immediately raised the hand, so be careful. Eh? Don't follow strictly what I say, because I'm a little bit...
Yeah, I see the point. Thank you.
Zorica, please.
No, Fabrizio, I don't want to tell anything what you told, but I have to tell to Fedor and to all young referees, don't show to the audience and to other people when you made the mistake. This is a crucial moment that young referees and not enough experienced referees did something special when they are made a mistake. Immediately they move the body, the shoulder, or they made something with the hands, and this is one of the signals that they know that they made a mistake, but don't show to other people that you are not sure and that you are not confident for this game.
You are absolutely right, Zorica, because many times I was like storming weather inside me, but outside was so calm, so serene. I had a question for you, Miro, because Zorica say, Miro, say, ciao. No, because Zorica say, when you are nervous, you start to be like this. And so in your case, like me, we have... It's only to joke, Miro, because I saw that you are a little bit tired.
No, I'm not. But I have nothing to share.
When you are under pressure during the match, what is your prosemic? Normally, your body language, you show something, or you are like a rubber wall?
Not a rubber wall. They know that when I'm hungry.
So the people understood immediately.
Yeah, immediately. So they don't say anything to me.
Okay, Fedor, satisfied with the answers?
Yes, indeed. Thank you very much.
Thank you. So who has some other comments or questions? Maybe our referee delegates want to mention something. Okay, Philip, please.
Good evening, everybody. I would like to ask questions about the challenge system and the line judges, because as we can see in the last times, we can identify the decrease of number of line judges during the match. But I would like to know your personal opinion on this topic based on your many experience. What is the best options for you in case of line judges during the match? In case when we use the challenge system and when we don't use challenge system, for example. I think that is a question for both of you, so thank you for your answer.
Mr. President.
Depends of the level and preparation of the line judges. We have some countries that they are working, the referee commissions, they are working very hard with the line judges, and they prepare them for the top events competitions. And we have also countries that they are organized, for example, underage qualifications tournament or European Championship. And the level of line judges are not well. In this case, they cannot help to the referees, but if we are speaking about the top level competitions, probably 2 line judges are more helpful than 4. Depends of the countries when we organize the top events, but I think that Jura can better answer than me or Fabrizio.
Okay, Fabrizio first.
My opinion is that is better without, generally, because our experience in Italy is clear. After 6 years, we have a lot of statistics that give us the real situation, and especially the really high level of improvement of the referee, because when we start at the beginning, our percentage was not like now, close to 70%, no? So we changed something and we reached this target. On the other hand, I agree, we are changing now one system of camera, because our big problem is for the ball touched on the back row, no? And so this could be a potential help for the referee. And I agree with 2 line judges. And the position that we test in the last VNL, that was in the middle of the service zone, in my opinion, is much better. Also for the other big problem was the ball that is crossing the external space of the antenna, no? That sometimes can give us some problem of judgment. But generally, I agree, and if we need to choose, I prefer 2 in this position. We are testing for probably the next season, we test for the final, another camera that can help us for the touch of the back row player. So this could be the technological solution of our problems.
I can only comment to this, that to referee with line judges without challenge and with challenge is a huge difference when you are deciding. In case there is no challenge, it's much easier to accept decisions of line judges, even you have a little doubt about their, let's say, maybe small mistake. But if they are demonstrating good confidence, then even the teams may accept it better, compared to if you overrule them. Maybe you are right, but they were so confident that the teams would believe without the overruling. On the other hand, if you have challenge, you must be careful with this overruling, because the recommendation which we received from FIVB already 2 years ago was that the decision must be made before you look at the line judge. Your own decision as a referee should be done before you look at the line judge, and the line judge gives you confirmation of your decision. Or maybe your decision will be, or your opinion will be somehow, let's say, questioned by decision of line judge, and then you can decide to trust or not to trust. But the first decision is your own, so you should trust your eyes and not to rely on the others. This is not only regarding line judges, it's also about the second referee. Every time the first referee is the boss, and he must be able to decide about everything, even the net touches. We have to see the net touches. Maybe if the second referee whistles the net touch and you as a first can see that it was outside of antenna, you should not wait for challenge. You should immediately overrule and make replay because it was a mistake. That you will show that you have the match in the hands and nobody can kick you out of the car. That's my impression about this. But for sure there is a difference. Yeah, with this. Happy? Satisfied? Philip?
Satisfied. Yeah, thank you so much.
Okay, Stefan, you have your hand raised, please.
Yes, I'm here. I was last weekend for the qualification tournament in Poland. As you know very well, in Poland, the line judges are working very well. But because the situation is a little bit changed, there are no 4 line judges, only 2. They are working as 2 line judges only for the baseline. Also in Poland, they didn't change the positions. It was the first one. Yeah, because they, of course, underage qualification tournament, and they were not specific Vocero system, challenge system, and so on. And in that case, really only the two referees and the 2 line judges collected information for the final decision of the first referee. It was the first one. The second one, as told Fabrizio, about the mistake of some referee. And after the mistake, how could say, the body language is very, very clear. I made the mistake, and I have, how could say, in body language and also in my eyes, I'm scared. Because something's happened, I'm sure that something was wrong, but I am not absolutely sure what. It is my second remark, and I have a question to Zorica. For the future, can we changing the position of the referee delegate? Because, as told, I know that not, but it is only the question. Also, Fabrizio told about the coaching of the referees. My opinion is possible also from this position, if we have now behind the advertisement panel. But especially for the very young, new candidates, they need many other things, other recommendations, and it is, of course, my opinion. It could be better if you are really not on this place, because many times it's impossible to check some situations, and we don't have many possibility to tell some clever things to that young referees. Thanks.
Zorica?
Okay, Stefan, my personal opinion that this place when we are sitting now, for me, is much better than before, because I could see both referees and the faces of both referees, communications between them. This is very important. And also I could see both coaches, how they are react and what they are told to referees, and how the referees react on this protest or some words of the coaches. And also is better position to see block touches. It's clear and a very, very good position that we could see. On the old position for us, first I was many times blocked by second referee. If they are too big, I couldn't see the net. Also, I don't have a good position to see the block touches or something else. I think that now we are not in the positions to change these positions. Probably in the future, we could see like in FIVB on the top in the sport hall. But this place, I think, is better for us.
Okay,
Then on the top in the sport hall.
Fabrizio?
May I suggest, for example, Stefan, I used to stay on the team benches side, not on the other side, because I saw that in many CAV competition, the position of the referee delegate is on the opposite side. On the prolongation of the boundary line, because I fully agree with Zorica, in my opinion, is the best position to see everything. You can see also the potential ball in out, block touch. You can see also the right movement or not of the second referee, and also the phase reaction of both referees, and in the same time also the behavior of the coaches. And you can hear also the players in the warming up area, so you have a complete idea of what's happening in the court. The problem is, Stefan, that Zorica was shocked because the first time that she was delegate, Simone Santi was the second referee, so she didn't see nothing during the whole match, and that's why they decided to change.
Not only Simone. We have
Okay, before I give the floor to Peter, I will just comment to the point which Stefan mentioned, and that is the fear in eyes of the referee after mistake. I can tell you that for some referees, it's much better if the referee delegate or referee coach or somebody is at the screen and not in the hall. Because sometimes we or some of the referees may have bigger stress from those who are observing their job than from the coaches and this. So it's very personal, and each referee must work on that to try to cope with this kind of pressure, because this pressure of referee delegate is the smallest thing which is there. There is much bigger pressure from what's happening during the game. Peter, please.
Okay, I would like to say once more time, very big appreciation of your participation, Zorica and Fabrizio, to our webinar. And for this remark of Stefan, I would like to ask not only to change, to move back to the side of the court, but to give the referee delegate a little bit more freedom of the choosing of the best place for watching the match, because one aspect is the best point of view for both referees from this corner, better point of view for the technical mistakes is from the side of the court. To catch some special moments for camera, what I was using to make some pictures of special moments for referees. Their behavior as something like hidden movement, nervosity, mark of nervosity, for example. This is the best solution to give a little bit more freedom for referee delegates to find the best place. Okay, that's all.
I think this needs a discussion among the referee delegates in CV, not now here, because we cannot. Just sorry, Zorica, but I just want to combine these two questions together. And And it's worth to think about. I remember referee delegates in history where there were two referees, one for first referee, one for the second referee, and both were sitting on the table, and it was useless. Yeah, so this was really, and finding remarks, and whenever you see a remark, you were thinking about, Mamma mia, what did I wrong, etc. Okay, so this is a more discussion to outside. Yeah, Peter?
Yeah, I would like also to say to Fabrizio, however, it is more than 8 years. I finished my referee's candidate career as a active referee, but your remarks, your some sentences from your very fresh experiences, also as Euro experiences, that gives me something new, what I missed 8 years ago, because using of challenge system, it was absolutely the end of my career. Now I missed some experiences with this, with using of this, and your psychological remarks and feeling of this system, what I still missed. It is very useful for me, for Stefan, I think as well. So it was great to hear your fresh experiences and something new of so psychological moments, of decisive moments of the matches. Thanks.
Okay, so thank you very much for all participants, but especially I would like to thank to Zorica and Fabrizio. As we heard, they have a lot of work now, many tournaments in CV, many tournaments still in Italy. So I would really, I really appreciate their time they gave us, and I would like to thank on behalf of all the Association of Volleyball Referees and all the participants here. I'm sure we can learn not only as persons from your experience and your talks, but also as an association how we can progress, and hopefully we'll be able to send to the course which was promoted in September, October, November, December, I don't know when, but this year, hopefully in Italy, that we will have chance to send candidates. We'll see what will be the possibility by CV, because all federations must keep the turnover of the referee. Somebody's finishing, somebody's coming new, and we don't want to be different. So thank you very much again. If you want to say some last words, now is the time.
Thank you very much for all of you to listen to us, and I think that I helped with some information to you, and we wait your candidate in October, November for a European International Referee Candidate course. Good luck for this, and also good luck to all the Slovakian international referees for next competitions. Thank you.
Fabrizio?
I would like to say thank you, Juraj, Igor, everybody, a lot of friends. So you know that I feel like one of you, and it's always special when I have possibility to share this kind of experience with a Slovakian referee. You know that I have a special connection with my brother Juraj, Giorgio Umido, and after that translate, because they don't understand why Giorgio Umido, but I wish all the best, and we are waiting for your candidate.
Thank you. Bye-bye, good night, have a nice evening. Thank you very much for everybody.
Good night.
Ciao.
Good night.
Ciao.
Good night. Good night.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Ciao.
Good night.
Good night.
Bye bye.
Fabrizio.
Bye.